The Leafs do their favorite thing, and that's go to overtime. And they win it. 1-0 over the Winnipeg Jets tonight. And the story of the game is no doubt about it, Ilya Samsonov. Incredible all game long. And before I go any further, let me fire out to you guys that follow the TikTok page. The link is down below. I uploaded a little clip before I recorded this, and it had the Samsonov's 2-on-0 save right at the beginning. So if you want to go check that out, the link is down below. And yet again, I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers on there. Once we hit that, I can go live during games. We can react to tonight's game together. So follow up down below. The link is there. Or search up TO Sports Talk on TikTok. They win 1-0 in overtime. Matthews gets the OT winner. And a lot of great things. Now, before I go any further, I understand there was no Connor Hellebuck, but for the love of God, they got all the saves they needed, and it did just fine without him. Now, Josh Morrissey left the game early on after blocking a shot from Matthew Nyes, and Mark Scheifele didn't play in this game, so that's obviously a big factor for the Jets. But for a Leafs team who has been royally struggling, who has been fighting themselves so much recently, to get this win on home ice, to win 2 in a row, and more importantly, to have Ilya Samsonov win you a hockey game, it's quite refreshing. Because that's the story of the game tonight, Ilya Samsonov. Why, over all these games this year, except for a couple, have we been so painful in watching Ilya Samsonov tend the goal? Well, because every game, he's flopping all over the place, stick is in the corner somehow, and he just looks awful. How many times today, other than the one incredible save that he had to make in the second period, did he end up on his belly, or did he lose his stick? Well, not once. And how many times is he making a save and smothering the puck? Or if there's a rebound, he's able to corral it and find it and just be quiet in the net. Don't freak out. This is the type of game he can play. Now, shout out to the fans for giving him absolutely every incentive to feel all the confidence in the world as he picks up the 32-save shutout over the Winnipeg Jets tonight. Let's break this game down. First period was as bad of a period as you can see from the Toronto Maple Leafs. I mean, I'm watching this game, and they had an abysmal time trying to connect a pass. And more in particular, a pass out of your own zone. They were turning the puck over at will. And again, Samsonov, standing tall, making some nice, quiet saves, held you in it. And the shots were 16-4 in favor of the Jets after the first period. And it's a 0-0 hockey game. Again, making some extra saves to keep your team in the hockey game. We go to the second period. And let's talk about it. Leafs have a 5-on-4 power play. There's nothing going on. And I don't know who it was that flipped it out of the Leafs end, and you're thinking, oh, that kills off the penalty. Meanwhile, you see 2 Jets coming down on a 2-on-0. Great, Samsonov, awesome. But how in the hell are you allowing a 2-on-0 while on the power play? It's unheard of, and it should not be happening. You're hanging Samsonov out to dry. And they come down and get a great first chance. He makes a big save, and the rebound comes out, and he sticks the leg out, kind of similar to the way he did it in the Seattle game, except that in that case, I think the puck was really close to his pad, so they couldn't really lift it too much. But my God, he kind of lifts the pad up, and he makes an insane, stellar second save. The fans on their feet. The bench on their feet. One problem, Sheldon Keefe behind the bench is livid. And I don't blame him. And I'd say for a good, 5-10 minute stretch after that, Matthews and Marner didn't touch the ice. Also, the Leafs had 2 power plays in that second period after that power play happened. And that first unit did not start on the ice. I like the little message they sent. Because, look, you need to try and win a hockey game. You can't just if you're 20, 25 points in a playoff spot, sure, you can sit them down for a whole period and tell them to wake the hell up. But at least they can't afford it for too long. Now, you outshoot the Jets 11-5 in the second. I actually thought the Leafs played a pretty good second period, albeit the power play started to mount. And I was getting a little worried as the game went along, right? Leafs had 2 straight power plays, then 3 straight power plays. And you're thinking, okay, the next one's probably going to be Winnipeg. After 2 periods of play, it's still a 0-0 game. We go to the third. And again, it's back and forth, but no real team is getting any grade A opportunities. The Leafs really tightened it up after that first period. And the Leafs get a 4th power play. And then they get a 5th power play. And I'm like, okay, look, as much as I love my team getting the power play, even though they've been horrific on the power play recently, I think they're like 1 for the last 19 or something on the power play now. And it just does not look good at all. As much as that's fine, you went over, and I'm so scared they're going to get a power play. And about 30 seconds left in the 5th power play, Nylander gets the cross-checking penalty or the, what would they call it, interference? I don't know what they call it. Either way, Nylander goes to the box, and then I realized how bad the Jets' power play was, and I'm like, oh, God, this is just ugly special teams from both teams. They couldn't score on that. Then, with 30 seconds to go in regulation, Yarncroc gets a tripping penalty, and you're like, God, no. I understand. I get it now, 5-2 in power plays, and you killed the last 30 seconds, you get a point. Then they get a 1.5-minute power play still in overtime, and the amount of saves that Samsonov had to make, I want to say there was like 3 that he had to make, and they were 10-bell, like one-on-one, really good saves on that power play in overtime. Then I got to go to the guy that I was surely impressed with today, Nick Robertson. There's been so much talk about, possibly moving him for a defenseman or whatever. And there's also been talk about, Sheldon Keefe was praising Robertson left and right in the last game. And then you look at his minutes and you're like, they're still so low, Sheldon. Like, what are we doing? And he gets out there in overtime, and the Jets have the puck behind their own net. They tried to pass it up the middle of the ice. Robertson knocks it down, gets possession, drops it for Matthews. And for the love of God, I wish he took that shot. I was so furious when he didn't. Tries to pass it to Robertson, gets blocked by the defender. But then Robertson picks up the puck, and the puck pursuit from Robertson, because he gets it down in the right corner. And then I think, was it Matthews who picks it up? Robertson gets to the middle of the ice. He tries to go back to him. It goes under Robertson's stick. Lowry blows a tire in the corner. Robertson picks it up, and he's got a guy on him, shakes him, drops it off for Morgan Rielly, goes off for the line change, and Matthews crashes the net. Rielly fires the puck to the net. Matthews gets just enough of it to redirect it past Laurent Brossoit for goal number 39 on the year for Austin Matthews. Rielly and Nick Robertson had the assists on that goal, and Robertson had a really, really good game today. You saw him just getting across the blue line, get it to the top of the circle, take a wicked shot. Love it. Grip it and rip it. And then you saw in overtime, you give this young kid who's got some speed, who's got some skill, some space to work. It was quite entertaining. So really good game from him. You win it in overtime with an Austin Matthews goal, almost 40 goals already. It's nuts. It's pretty incredible stuff. Shots on goal, by the way, in the third period were 13-7 in favor of the Leafs, and they won 4-2 in overtime, but who cares? We won 1-0 in overtime. Shots on goal for the game, 32-30. And considering you got outshot and outplayed to all hell in the first period, 16-4, and were able to hold it 0-0, thank you, Samsonov, you were able to get your legs underneath you in the second and third, and you won a hockey game. Yeah, it's overtime and blah, blah. Who cares? You got 2 points. And move on. Special teams-wise, yeah, we know how bad that was. 0 for 5 for the Leafs, 0 for 2 for the Jets. Face-offs-wise, Leafs dominated, almost 65% in the face-off dot. And you look at the team stats, or player stats, sorry. Ilya Samsonov, no doubt the MVP in today's game, 32 saves, got the shutout. Matthews a goal, Rielly and Robertson assists. That's all she wrote. Tavares, again, still zeros on the board, but had 7 shots on net. How many minutes did Robertson play today? 17:08. You see what happens when you give this kid a shot? It's kind of entertaining. I'm curious to see what they do for the next game, because the next game is against this same Winnipeg Jets team on Saturday in Winnipeg. Now, expect Connor Hellebuck to start and expect Ilya Samsonov to play again. Let's be honest here. You got to figure out what you got with him. He's had 2 very good games, Can he give you a third one against Winnipeg and maybe find a way to get another couple points heading into the All-Star break, which would be nothing but confidence for him moving forward. But we'll see how it goes on Saturday in the final game before the All-Star break here in Toronto. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and the win today, because it was very entertaining, hit that like button. I do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button if you guys not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game for the Toronto Maple Leafs? Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below. So follow up there if you're not done so already. And I will talk to you guys Raptors edition Friday as they host the Clippers. That's all I'm going to say about that. And as for the Leafs, they're back in action on Saturday as they are in Winnipeg taking on the Jets at 7 o'clock, looking to end the informal first half of the season on a winning note. All right, so thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the win today. Talk to you guys then.